I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Today is a non-video game pickups video. Dun dun dun! Yeah, as I always joke, I do occasionally buy things that aren't video games. So firstly, something I didn't buy but got as a present is this nifty Star Wars t-shirt with the Stormtrooper helmet. Got this for my birthday, as well as a couple of pair of jeans, because I've only owned one pair of jeans for years now. Yeah. So I finally have multiple pairs. Yay me! Okay, now we have some DVDs. In previous non-gaming pickups, I have shown off a lot of stand-up comedy DVDs because I've been really getting into rebuying them because they're dirt cheap. It's crazy. And because when I'm just feeling like crap, which happens far too often, unfortunately, yay, I like to pick myself up with some comedy. And yeah, I like going back to the comedians from like the the early to mid 2000s sort of era where I was really into comedy, and I owned a lot of these back in the day when they first came out, sold them, now I'm buying them back for dirt cheap. And I bought the 3 Mack stand-up comedy DVDs. Mack, probably best known for being the star of Not Going Out. Really great TV show until something happened, and then they carried on still. It's like it should have ended there, but it didn't. It carried on. I've just not watched it yet. And he's also a captain for the panel show Would I Lie to You, which is fantastic. But yeah, his 3 stand-up DVDs, really funny stuff. A couple of jokes in there that I think the first one here is 2007. His first one, probably couldn't get away with some jokes, but yeah, mostly, very funny, not offensive or anything like that for the most part. Yes, he swears, but yeah, it's just how comedians are. Doesn't really go after groups or things like that. Except for the Irish and their weird names and how they spell them. But it's funny. Yeah. And then we have another DVD, because I got those 3 Macks. It was in 4 DVDs. For £5, I think, so I was looking for something else and then ended up with a 3-disc box set of American Chopper, one of the sort of first reality shows I ever really got into, and one of the few that I've ever done. Yeah, it's based, American Chopper is Orange County Choppers, a custom motorbike company in America. It was run by Paul Tuttle Sr. and his son Paul Jr. worked with him, as well as his other son Mikey, and there's just tons of family drama between the two. Crazy over the years, the arguments are legendary. Yeah, so I got this 3-disc set, and 1 disc comes with the Lugs bike 1 and 2, part 1 and 2, 2-part episode where they build a bike for Lugs, the makers of shoes and trainers and things. And yeah, it's always really fun watching the process of how they come up with these ideas and make them. And then, of course, you've got the family drama in between to add some excitement and things. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the history of OCC that looks back on how it started, a lot of the family members and how they grew up and things, why they are the way they are. And then also a never before seen episode with lots of unseen footage from previous episodes that we just never saw. Yeah, and one great thing, I got these from Music Magpie. And I'm a big fan of those, that website. They're really good usually, sending stuff out. If they say a game's got a manual with it, it's got the manual with it. I've only had one thing that was wrong from them, and they immediately refunded me and shipped me out a new version of it. It was fantastic. All 3 of these DVDs, when I got them, were still sealed. The box is a bit tatty in places there, the corner, I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, whatever. But all 3 discs were still brand new and sealed. I've obviously watched them, but yeah, really cool. And now some Blu-rays. So we have first here one of the first Guy Ritchie films. I don't know if it was his first or not, but it's one of those that defined his career. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Absolutely fantastic film. Amazing stuff. Yeah, finally got this. It's very difficult to get this Blu-ray in the UK because there's some rights issues with who owns it or anything, so they can't release a new Blu-ray set for it. So I had to get it pre-owned, but I was able to get it nice and cheap for £6 something. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching this again. Very fun. And then one of his most recent films, it was sort of back to him getting onto form, to what Lock, Stock and Snatch and things were. We have The Gentleman. Matthew McConaughey stars in this, as well as Colin Farrell's in there, Hugh Grant, who steals the show. I would not have thought of him being cast in a film like this, but he was fantastic in it. Yeah, I watched this again the other night. I saw it when it first came out. Now I have it on Blu-ray, check it out. I don't remember if I showed this off already in a video. If I have, whatever. If I haven't, yay! And that is a John Candy film, Uncle Buck. One of his absolute best. I got Planes, Trains and Automobiles for Christmas off one of my friends. And I thought, you know what, I need more John Candy films on Blu-ray. So went with one of the main classics of his, Uncle Buck. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, his sort of estranged brother calls him up in the middle of the night. His wife's dad or something's had a heart attack. So the parents are, going to deal with that. And of course, they need someone to babysit the kids. Roll on Uncle Buck. And yeah, we've also got some of the cast members. You've got a young Macaulay Culkin in there, and who's the girl? Doesn't say here, but I'm sure she went on to do something. I just cannot think of it right now. But yeah, great cast, really, really funny, and it's just brilliant. Give it a watch. And lastly, a film that I've been looking for on Blu-ray for a while, but up until sometime last year, wasn't out on Blu-ray, and I was shocked at that because it's got some huge names in this. I would have thought, they would have put this on Blu-ray as soon as possible. Personal favourite of mine, and that is The Last Castle, with Robert Redford, James Gandolfini, Mark Ruffalo, and Delroy Lindo, as well as a whole host of others. Yeah. Set inside a military prison. Robert Redford is a 3-star general, disobeys some orders, ends up going to prison run by James Gandolfini, who is a Napoleon, basically, and all the other characters, try to get him to basically rise up. And yeah, it's just a battle between prisoners and the prison officers, It's really, really good stuff. Always enjoyed that one. So, those are some recent non-video game pickups. So, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these pickups. Let me know if there's anything I should get based on what you've seen here today. And let me know what recent non-video game pickups you've got. And I'll see you again next time.